Hello, everybody. Hello. Yo, and away we go. Hello, and welcome to the Mike the Ref Twitch stream Tuesday edition. Yeah, I'm just as weirded out as you guys, to be perfectly honest here right now. So, hey, Darth Mick, how you doing here tonight, my friend? It's been an interesting couple days here, to say the least. Sorry there was no stream last night. Unfortunately, being on call at work means you can get interrupted at any which way and how, and you know what. So, and then having Dynamite on a Tuesday, it's like, okay, you know, you're normally this is my Friday, just gearing up for the weekend, so I could just relax for the evening, and you know. But now we got. Take that, NXT. All right, well, let's just call bare facts here. The reason this is happening is because of the Astros-Yankees game that's going to be on tomorrow night. TBS is the host in the States for AEW Dynamite, and the ALCS is being covered by TBS, so therefore AEW's got to move. Straight up. We're probably going to get a few of these due to hockey this year, but most of the time the hockey's on TNT, so we're usually okay that way. But, yeah, there is going to be a head-to-head with NXT tonight. We're on NXT, you got Rhea Ripley versus against Roxanne Perez, which is going to be a hell of a match. And then Raquel Gonzalez against Cora Jade, which is going to be just as chaotic, I feel. How about that 1880 game that, yeah. I didn't want to say a whole lot about that. I was overly excited about that happen. If you guys actually check out on Twitter that night, I was playing around with perpetual Houston Astros fan Game Time Art. When it hit the ninth, they're not cheaters. But when it hit the ninth inning, I actually put a tweet out to Art saying, just for the hell of it, they want to go one more inning than Cleveland did against Tampa, so they're going to go 16. Lord knows I was damn close on that one. But then you got the Yankees who have to turn around quick. They're basically going to celebrate for a couple hours and then head out to Houston for a game tomorrow. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I hope Houston wipes the map up with the Yankees. Maybe sweep them in 4. 3 if they could. Yes, I realize it's a best of 7, so. I'm a Blue Jays fan, but I'm an anti-Yankees guy right now, especially with that crowd near the end there. Like, I get it. You're going to get on the guys for waiting, but I've never seen a set of Yankee fans that have been, you know, full of class, partially class, even close to being any part of class. As far as I'm concerned, you know, let's have at her Astros just for the hell of it. But yeah, what a week for sports coming up here. We got the NHL's in full gear. My Bills took out the Chiefs on Sunday, which is always a win. We got Denver almost got a win. Man, talk about an epic fail in terms of pickup. Yeah, and the NBA starts tonight. Actually, I was going to bring that up for another reason. The next 2 streams that are coming up in the next 2 days are actually going to be afternoon streams for the most part here. Thursday's normally an afternoon stream, but Wednesday, ahead of the the Raptors getting their first game in, as well as checking out the Houston Yankees game that night. I'm going to be running streams in the afternoon the next 2 days here, so schedule's a little weird, just like it is for TBS for the playoffs here. So, but either way, I appreciate you guys being here tonight. Don't be sorry, Darth Mick. I'm going to... I was actually, prior to watching this, I was checking out the Bill Russell tribute that the Celtics were having on opening night here, and was really touching. Hey, Zodiac, good to see you here tonight. It looks like everybody's starting to file in here. We're about 5 minutes away from the start of Dynamite. We haven't even really talked about the card tonight. To be honest, I haven't pulled much up. It's just been such a weird day. I usually do my research about 4 o'clock or so. Just pull up the tweet, the pictures of what's going on and whatnot, just to see what's going on. I haven't had a chance, but I know the big money matches tonight for me. We got Toni Storm and Hikaru Shida for the interim women's championship. And of course, Jon Moxley defending the AEW Heavyweight Championship in his hometown against Adam Page. So that's going to be a hell of a game as well. Hell of a match, hell of a game. Can you tell I've been playing a few video games lately? Sorry about my throat, guys. Seems like I'm getting a little bit of long COVID as we're moving along here, so... Just a bit of a frog in the throat, I think is the best way to put it. I do have drinks lined up here for tonight. Normally, Friday nights are my night to... oh, that's right. The trios title's on the line, too, with Death Triangle taking on the Best Friends. So Orange Cassidy could end up being the double champion instead of Pac now, after what happened last week in Toronto. I knew there were supposed to be 4 titles on the line. I'm just trying to remember which one's the 4th one. Maybe it's 3.5 with Nyla Rose defending the TBS championship. Thank you, Darth Mac, for picking me up on this. Extra brownie points there. I got to find some way to get you guys some extra points here. Chris Jericho taking on Dalton Castle in his redemption story of beating all the former ROH champions. I wonder how deep that's going to go. And I think we're all in agreement that Daniel Garcia should be the guy to beat Jericho for that title. I honestly don't see Garcia unified the titles. I do think they're going to keep the titles separate, because that pure title is another division once they get the TV settled, which they are going to get TV settled. Tony Khan's not going to let it go for too long, even if he has to put it up on YouTube. Because even on YouTube, people will watch, so... When's Jericho versus Joe? You know, to be perfectly honest, I think a match like that might actually be set up for a pay-per-view. In my opinion, that is a pay-per-view worthy match. So maybe even Full Gear. Winter is coming. Maybe it's already there. TK said he had plans another ROH pay-per-view this year, and ROH should have a show next year. Okay. Did you guys see, and this is one of those funny ones that I saw earlier this week, Tony Khan is actually having a meet and greet at the Jacksonville show next time they're there. I got a feeling that it was booked for somebody else, but then they couldn't replace that wrestler, so... But either way, get your TVs ready, because we are about to get going here. When's it back home? I believe it's Thanksgiving weekend there. It would actually make sense if it was Thanksgiving weekend because it would be hard to get venues for right around that time. I'm sure it'll be advertised on the show tonight when they're back in Jacksonville. And there's Pyro right there. Oh, wow. The only reason I go wow is I thought I was going to be so late compared to usual. And we're pretty much in line for where we are. Oh, we're going with the trios right away. Okay. So the Pyro's we're pretty close together here, Darth Mix, so glad for that. Yeah, Jagger, the second that Jade won that championship, they actually put that as their tagline on the Twitter account. And obviously nobody's keeping track of their social media platforms there in terms of that, so let's get the first prediction up here. And just because we're going to have a few stragglers coming in, I'm going to put it in for 10 minutes. If it finishes before that, we will, I can cut them off early, so it won't be a big deal. Think about 10 to 12 seconds away. Yeah, like, just based on what you were saying for when your Pyro came up, you're about, 5 to 10 seconds, so we're pretty much on even here. Cassidy keeping the belt in the backpack. Well, he doesn't want to take it out. Then he has to clean it, right? I love the fact that the Lucha Brothers are actually feeding up to the crowd, and Pac's just like, no, I am going to rip this guy apart. I'm surprised they're using Remsburg 2 weeks in a row as the referee in Pac's match. Just because of the what happened with him last week, getting his hands on Pac there more than once. I do like those titles, that they're somewhat different than all the other ones that they have right now. Meaning he's the only one to look for the hammer, obviously. You know, depending on which stream you're looking at, that could be taken in a complete different context. Give me 1 second here. Sorry about that, chat. I'd like to see Pac take the TNT title off Wardlow. Absolutely. I want to see somebody take that title off Wardlow. I wouldn't even have minded Brian Cage if with that matchup there. Give the Embassy a little bit of credibility there. Since they lost to FTR just a week ago. Poor Chuck Taylor. Chuck Taylor just seems to be a heat magnet for every move that goes on in a match. Well, that's going to be an interesting... well, they're doing a lot of interviews with the Blackpool Combat Club tonight. That's going to be interesting. Okay, that was weird. I know what they were trying to do there, set up for a Spine Buster out of that, but... Oh, look out. Looks like they were trying to set up for like a Meteora hanging out like that. For anyone that's just popped in, make sure you get your predictions in here. We left them up a little bit longer here for the first match just to catch everybody coming in on a Title Tuesday, as they call it here in AEW land. Gotta love the trios dives and all the trios action you can get going on here. So Winter's Coming is Wednesday the 14th. Nice. So that's our last big pay-per-view of the year, essentially. Well, not pay-per-view, but... Did you guys get a chance to see that picture from Penta? They were just talking about the match with Viano 4. The picture of Penta holding up the mask as he's covered in blood on the side. Like, total villain right there. Well, that's straight out of the Young Bucks paper book. Are we getting a picture-in-picture in the first match? Wow. I find it rather ironic that, oh, actually, this is Lord of the Rings, isn't it? Okay, never mind. I thought they were doing some Game of Thrones commercial here during the AEW event here, so. So how have you guys been this weekend? I know we haven't got much of a chance to talk lately since Friday. Just so much craziness going on and everything. Is Viano 4 the same Viano 4 for the old WCW days? I do believe it is, actually. Because they had an interview with him last... Denise Salcedo had an interview with him after the show. And he definitely did not look like a young man. That's for damn sure. So it could be like a passing of the torch thing, right? Had to work last weekend. Have a 3-day this one, though. Thursday is Friday. Okay. So basically, this is your first day this week, then. Yeah, typically this is my, like I said earlier, this is my Friday. So usually I'm cracking a little beer with clam tonight, but, you know, thanks to, what the hell? They just can't do a normal spot from the top rope, can they? And Rems looks, it's day 8 of 10. Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. That makes a little bit more sense there. But technically, I just finished working a 32-hour shift, so I feel you're paid. That's how I ended my work week. So... Well, when you're on call, you work your 2 8-hour shifts and then you have on call in between. While technically you're not working, you really can't do a whole lot outside of it. Because, like, say, for example, I fire up a stream and we're playing a game. Like last night, I was playing a little NHL on the side, working on my hockey ultimate team. And, but the problem is, you call that duty? Okay. It almost feels like a duty. A duty and a duty. So. A lucha arms right there. Cool. God, do I love how Phoenix sells a DDT. He's no Rob Van Dam, but he's damn close. Try to do a nice. This is See, this is what happens when Orange Cassidy actually tries to put some effort in. Now I can totally understand why he doesn't do anything with effort. Lung blower stomp into a delayed German. Jesus. I will say I would say the craziest thing I was dealing with this week is somebody actually hacked into my Discord account and decided that my credit card was available to be wide open to provide Discord gifts for his channel or her channel or whoever did the hacking there. Shout out to Discord for it took about 48 hours to get everything cleared up, but that was like $100 on it was about $100 on the old credit card that had to be taken out and given back. And I lost in the conversion when for some weird reason the Canadian dollar decided to get a little bit better, so end up losing a little bit on that. But hey, Astra. Sorry, I got the camera padding out. I got that going on. Maybe I'll just do this to make up for. There you go. What are they doing? Oh my God. Nice cross body. Okay. That's an interesting finisher there by the Best Friends, if that is their finisher. I guarantee you Astrid is watching on multiple TVs right now or multiple screens. Because she and Chris Parrish will be up about... at about 10:10 Eastern, 8:10 Mountain. We're probably going to be raiding out there after we're done here, but did they not announce a deal for ROH? No, they're... we were discussing that earlier, and apparently Tony Khan mentioned that he has one more pay-per-view planned, which is usually the December one that they always run. And then they're applying the TV deal for next year, so... But when it comes to Tony Khan, everything could switch in a day, right? If he gets a deal, he's going to get into it. Try to go for the Canadian Destroyer. Oh, nice counter! That is a... Oh my God, Phoenix out of nowhere. Nice super kick. Going up to the top. Oh, here we go. Okay. Gotta believe a little... Oh. Jesus! Wow. I am seriously going to be surprised if Trent's not hurt after that. With that Rikishi driver, whatever you want to call it. And Pac's upset because he didn't get the pin. All right, well, this is how they're going to lose their championship soon enough here tonight. Maybe not tonight, but by the end of the year, they're going to lose their championship somehow. Oh, this video. I got a chance to watch this on Twitter earlier today. This promo video setting up the main event tonight. It was about this looks like the condensed version, but if you got a chance to see it on the Twitter machine earlier today, it was about a 6-minute promo covering everything there. Just talking about growing up in Cincinnati, working at the arena for so many years before everything happened. Like, it was really cool earlier today to see actually Jody Threat throw out the similar thing with the Coca-Cola Coliseum there. The fact that she ended up working security there as one of her first jobs. Oh my God, the movie graphics. I love the movie graphics. All right, so just so we don't miss anything here, I'm going to run the ads that are going to be running in 2 minutes anyway. So if you're not a subscriber, well, you're not seeing me here for, or else you're dealing with saying on the outside here. But once again, I want to thank everybody here for stopping by tonight. Once again, just a reminder, we are raising money for jack.org with helping with suicide prevention in youth and young adults. Any donations through the panel down below, or you can hit !donate in the chat. There will be a link there. Anything that comes up there will go towards the charity, as well as any merchandise that is sold between now and the end of November. That money will go towards jack.org as well. I know I just got ordered a couple pairs of the new jogging pants. It's going to get cold here, so if I'm going to stream, I can stream in something a little classy, you know. So I picked up a couple pairs of jogging pants. They should be here in the next few days. I'm actually surprised for Canada how fast the shipping is, for how cheap the shipping is with Stream Elements compared to Streamlabs. So, but other than that, just checking through all the notes here. Nothing exemplary coming up right now. Other than the fact that MLB The Show actually gave Wandy Peralta a boost. Just because they let him pitch in every single game of the playoffs so far. Yeah, I'll give you small credit for that. Oh, the other big news, and I was talking with Kayla J about this earlier. They've actually included, I believe it's the U.S. Women's Soccer League in FIFA 23. They've reached an agreement. So for FIFA 23, we're going to have some American female football coming up here probably in the spring, I would say. If not by Christmas here. So that should be coming up soon. And I'm going to have to get Kayla back on here. We're going to have to play a little bit more footy coming up. Now that I can add her on stream without having her to use a different program, I think it's going to work out really well. So, Yeah, other than that, we're... if you weren't here off the start, we are going to be running some afternoon streams here the next couple days. I might actually run 2 streams tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure at this point. We will see how far we get. Oh. Okay. Oh, they're doing the women's match at 20 after 6? Holy crap. Okay. At least we're getting different times here. And let's see how much time they actually give them. That's the other thing. I'm going to throw 10 minutes on this prediction too. But yeah, they're actually throwing the women's match on in the second segment. Well, Darth Mick, if you've been I know you've been watching with us, but I know you missed. I do believe you missed a couple weeks. They have been running odd times, like every second week. They've been running different times, usually like Soraya's debut. Not the original debut, but the the in-ring promo debut, where she brought all the wrestlers around the ring. That was at the top of the second hour. So, just always shocking. Yeah, fair enough. I get it. I was just trying to remember. I thought there was 1 week where you weren't here, so. You gotta love the good old face-face match. I've got to start with a handshake. And Tony's just plain old got away from gear tonight. Oh, maybe it's just because most of her gear is red too. If that's the case, I'm 100% supporting this, just because, you know, I appreciate when wrestlers wear different color gear versus each other. Well, yeah, I'm assuming that these ladies have worked together so much in Japan together that this should be a very good match. And the crowd is still into it, so. Well, nothing like rear end to the face, right into the ropes, right? Then the cameraman decides to get a very bad angle. As we go into commercial break here. But it will be nice if they could actually, like, I know I'm the eternal optimist here when it comes to AEW, but apparently there's reports that Tony Khan, I have to be careful because I got Tony Storm in the ring. Tony Khan actually pitched a all-women's AEW show to Warner Media. So whether that actually happens, whoa. Going the good old-fashioned hair mare there. I'm actually surprised more men don't use that move either. Like, if you got long hair, I would definitely find a way to use it to my advantage if I can. Sorry, I was just reading over Twitter how Twitter's going to be a hellscape over the next week here between Astros fans and Yankee fans. So buckle up if you're a fan of either one of those teams or if you're a fan of baseball here. It's gonna be an ugly week on the old line socials. So. Twitter's going to be, oh, well, they both convert. Nice, Darth Mick. I'm sorry. I'm just, just watching Jeremy Pena for the Astros just gives me life to watch the Astros. Like a kid like that, taking on that role after Correa left, cheering for the Meteors. Is that the same thing that I'm usually cheering for when the Flames are taking on the Canucks somewhere? Basically, that Meteors hit the building. Nice, over the top Hikaru there. I will say this, and you got to admit this here. Compared to what we saw last night on Raw, because I did watch the women's tag on Raw with Bianca and Candice there. Bianca just seemed a little bit lost when the match got a little quicker. At least this match here looks like everybody's in it at the same pace and everything's going well, so. 21 years, longest playoff game in modern era. We had game 1. We had a chance at game 3. You're still bitter. Bitter. All I can say with utmost confidence is after some of the Seattle fans decide to go target some kids, my patience for Seattle fans sort of disappeared rather quick there. I do respect a few of them, and you're one of them, trust me. But going for a pile driver off the top, that ain't gonna fly. Wow, that was a snap. So just a reminder, we got 2 minutes to get your predictions in. Or less here. Uh-oh. I'm not used to seeing Shida use the Dominator. Go over the Falcon Arrow now. Oh, nice block. And a snap. Oh. That wasn't a square German either. And that hip attack. Oh, was looking for that tornado DDT. Oh my God, look at the power of Shida here. She didn't get the full Falcon Arrow, but was a nice hook there, but nice hook, but she didn't get her all the way up for that Falcon Arrow there. Oh, here we go. Oh, nope. Reversal, reversal, reversal. Nice. Bridging German. This is actually a pretty solid match if you ask me. And that short pile driver, that's it. So they ended up getting 9 minutes. Because we had about a minute left on the predictions there, so. Oh, and here comes, yep. And, of course, she's got to come in with a Pittsburgh jersey after, you know. Hey, full credit to Pittsburgh. They did take out Tom Brady this weekend, right? So. And here comes Saraya as the counter. Saraya, sorry. Even Taz screwed up, so I don't feel bad. Should have been Rio coming for this. Good to see you too, Shout, by the way. I do appreciate having you here. And here comes your friend Rio. Well, at least Rebel can take a drop kick. Oh, wow. What is Rio doing? Jesus! Somebody's got a sign in there. We want women's tag belts. You guys can't even handle the women's championship right, so let's not go crazy yet. By the way, good to see you, Shout. Great having you around, and you got a Rio sighting, so you call that a win. Triple H fears Rio. Well, you know, Triple H has never fully signed her. WWE still trying to figure out the women's belts exactly. Like, oh, this is the one. This is the spoiler we were talking about on Friday. OGK showing up on Rampage in Toronto. Nice. So they're actually going to call him the Kingdom? Okay, I thought they were going to be OGK, but... Okay. Okay. FTR versus the Acclaim. That's going to be a fun match. Nobody's even saying Swerve's house anymore. Nice. We're getting a dream match next week. FTR versus Swerve and Keith. I'll take that. Saw Dax's tweet about his pain and nails. Notice they're still painted. It's all about the devil in the details here. But yeah, we got our first match announced for next week. We got Swerve in Our Glory taking on FTR. And the winner of that gets the Acclaimed. How much do I want to see a non-finish in that match? Well, granted, they've had enough triple threat matches for the tag team titles that it almost feels like it should be a trios match every time. But frankly, I'd love to see FTR get the chance at Full Gear. And if FTR can win those championships at Full Gear and walk into the Tokyo Dome January 4th as 4 champions, well, at least 3 champions, because they won't show the AAA titles on a New Japan show, pretty much guaranteed. That to me would be a hell of a spot here. I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think? Like I understand a lot of people's frustration about when it comes to FTR, the amount that they haven't been used in AEW. Trust me, I totally get that, and I want more FTR on my screen. But for what they're putting up with and all the championships that they have right now, as long as they're getting out there and working, it doesn't matter whether you're working AEW or you're working AAA or you're working New Japan. Like a lot of people are saying, the match in England between FTR and Aussie Open could quite possibly be the match of the year, or at least tag match of the year. live from Old Dominion State, North. No, AEW will be live from the Shotway Arena. Yes, I didn't see the ticket announcement and missed out. See, you're getting different commercials than we are right now, Darth. We were getting sadness ensues. You know what? I get it. I get it. Oh, that was FTR mentioning it, not the commercial. Okay, sorry. Oh, and this is the point of the show where Darby gets his ass kicked. And where's Satnam out of all this? Well, there goes his ribs. Now he's going to put the figure four. This is nice. At least security knows how to break a figure four out. Okay, well, we're going to get the rematch. We just... Okay. This is a lot of interview time here. Sorry, guys. Oh, no. Uh-oh, JJ's favorite time of the night. Shout out to JJ. MJF versus Regal. Oh, this is going to be fun. All right, so there's no way he's cashing in tonight, is there? Could you imagine the nuclear heat that he would get for winning the championship tonight? If I was Regal, I wouldn't even bother.
Now here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell a story. And I don't care how long it is, you're going to listen because whether you realize it or not, you owe me that.
Okay. This is interesting. Okay, this is another heartfelt story. All right. And if you guys didn't see the extra work, he ended up being security for Samoa Joe.
And I drove to the Barclays Center, didn't I? And then, me and the extras, we were all put together, and we were then greeted and spoken to by none other than Sir William Regal.
Sir William Regal.
You proceeded to tell us you are all going to go to the ring and have tryout matches before the show's proceedings tonight. You then had us up against a random opponent. We were put in a single file line, and my match was set to go on second. And the first match gets in the ring, two young dreamers. And the onlookers were as follows: Arn Anderson, Dean Malenko, Adam Pearce,
Okay.
and William Regal. They then locked up, and Dean Malenko rang the bell and he said, "Get out." The pressure was on, man. Then it was my turn. I was shaking like a leaf. I got in that ring, but I knew I wasn't fighting for a contract. I was fighting for my life, because make no mistake about it, Will, professional wrestling is my life.
Okay. Okay. I see you, MJF.
Match was over and I was soaking wet. I was victorious, and every single one of you looked at me like I had 8 heads. And then you pulled me away from the group and you said, "Follow me." And you brought me to a separate room where it was just the two of us. And you said, "Kid, you got 3 minutes to sell yourself to me. Go." And boy, did I.
Nice.
And by the time I was
Nice.
your jaw was on the floor, wasn't it? And then you picked it up, and I'll never forget what you said to me. You said, "Kid, I'm gonna get you a job here today." And then what happened, huh? And then what happened? And then I realized in that moment, I did it. I was no longer gonna be looked at by all the naysayers as a 5'0" ADD riddle Jew boy. No, I was gonna be a superstar.
So we're getting little pieces every feud with MJF about his whole story, right?
About to be accomplished. And then, with a crooked grin, you said, "How old are you, kid?" And I said, 19 years old, sir. And you looked at me and you said, "Kid, I'm sorry, but you're much too young."
Yeah. I've actually heard that from many people that have gone to those tryouts.
Dreams evaporated in that fell swoop. And in that fell swoop, my heart stopped, but then you resuscitated me with your version of hope. You said to me, "Kid, I don't like to put my name on many people, but when I do, they get jobs here. The list is small, but the list is as follows: Claudio Castagnoli, Bryan Danielson, and Cincinnati's own Jon Moxley. And kid, here's what I want. I see something in you. When you become of age, I will personally put my name on you. But until then, I want you to go home. I want you to work your ass off, and every single month,
So
I want you to give me a match and a promo." So I went home, didn't I, Will? And I busted my ass. Month 1, you respond to me, "Maxwell, thank you so much. I look forward to reviewing your progress." Month 2, "Maxwell, thank you so much. I look forward to reviewing your progress." Then month 3 came along, didn't it, Will? Month 3 came along. When you told me to send you a match and a promo every month, month 3 comes along, and you send me a promo that I have saved to my phone to this day. You send me a promo, smirk all you want, son. You send me a promo. You send me a promo that I have read every single day since. Let me read it to you here today live.
oh goody, we get
Here's the email you sent me. "Max, I'm a very, very busy man. I've got talent from all over the world to watch, and I've just had to sit for minutes watching you," and you put this in quotes, stipulations. Show me your acting skills. Do not reply to this, but how would this make me say, oh, I know, let's hire Max. Make a name for yourself in the wrestling world and you'll get noticed. That means being a high-level performer. When you do, trust me, I'll know. Unfortunately for you, the game has changed. The WWE exclusively hires the best talent in the world to the top world-class athletes.
Wow.
Then maybe send me your stuff. Yours sincerely, William Regal.
So, just quickly throwing this here.
That's the email you sent to a 19-year-old kid.
My question is, who beats Jericho if it isn't Daniel Garcia? For me, Adam Cole, because it's the last dream match we had.
This is real life, goddammit. When I read that email,
We will have to see, because I think it's going to be Garcia. But Adam Cole might not wrestle again.
my life, look me in the eyes when I say this. That email made me want to kill myself.
Wow. MJF's literally spitting right now.
And then I realized that if I did, then you and all the naysayers would win, and I couldn't have that. Now could I, Will? No, no.
Wow, here we go.
And my God, have the tables turned. The year is 2022, and you are nothing more but a sad, withered old man.
Kevin Steen. Oh, Steen ain't leaving WWE for a while now. He re-signed not even 6 months ago.
And now you have snuck into my company like a flea-ridden rat by sticking to talents far better than you ever were, like a succubus. And you know who I am? I'm an MJF. Oh yeah, I'm the 26-year-old kid who's on top of this business. I'm a generational talent. And I'm also a man who your former employers now would be willing to take several human lives simply to get me to put pen to paper in the bidding war of 2024.
He's still bringing it up. This is amazing.
I want you to look at me nice and good when I say this, Regal. I read that email every single day, but not to put a chip on my shoulder. No, no. I read that email whenever I need a good hearty laugh. Because that's what you've become to me, Will. Nothing more than a joke. And you know who I'm about to become? The AEW Champion of the World! Because my name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.
Maxwell just gave the promo of his life. Like, you got the crowd standing for you with a promo like that. Like, hot damn. Let's see what Regal's got to say. Like, if you wanted somebody to rebut, this is the ultimate guy to do it. This is freaking amazing.
You mentioned being 19 and being a child. At 16, I left home and went to work on a carnival and was having to fight grown men to get into this industry. I wasn't trying to cast you aside, Max. I saw exactly in you what I'm seeing now, and it's making me happy. I saw somebody who was going to be a big, big star. I wanted to light a fire under your backside. One, because we live in a day and age where you can't have grown men smashing your face in when you're 16, and when you're 17, and when you're crying every single night that you go to bed, and there's blood running out of every hole in your body.
My God.
But you won't let yourself because I'm 17. I said, no, I will not quit. I will keep going because I am going to be a professional wrestler. And if a bloody email is what it took to get you to this place, and you followed that for 7 years, you've had it easy, sunshine.
Wow. Okay. Nice. I love it. Nice. And MJF leaves. MJF leaves. Wow. Wow. MJF threw a 99-mile-per-hour fastball, and Regal just took it for a 440-yard home run. And yes, I said yard, not feet. Wow. MJF just got schooled. All right, now we're talking about the... Yeah, it was absolutely a great rebuttal. Like, the whole story behind the whole thing is, like, MJF told Regal that they made a mistake. I'll say this point blank, and I can confirm a little bit about this here. The part about being 19, that was a policy mid-2010s with WWE. And this is just my experience. I do have some friends who had WWE tryouts and whatnot. And if you keep track of me, I have a very famous friend who's been down there. And the whole reason why she ended up coming up here, wrestlers were told specifically that they need to get a backup plan. They need to get a degree. They need to get more education in. Go to college. Get that college experience. Get that college degree. Get a plan when wrestling doesn't work out. And That's probably the exact same thing that happened with MJF here. Get out there, get better, but be prepared for what's going to happen in the future. Another promo set. We've gone almost half an hour without a match. It's actually pretty funny that you had the nuts being a little bit too squished there. Renee was getting slightly uncomfortable with that. You know, and I'm with you, Darth Mick. It's been, like I said, by the time we get to the next match, it's going to be half an hour before we see a match. But it hasn't felt like it's dragged. That's the thing. It hasn't felt like there's been a stopping point. And that promo by MJF and Regal is just absolutely amazing. And Jaeger yards, feet, the Imperial system is stupid. I will agree with you with that. Like trying to figure out feet in the yard and a hectare and a quarts, pints. There's only one pint I should be worried about, and that's the beer that's coming around, all right? I want to see the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass team with Dalton and the boys and a 12-man scissor match. That would just bring things to a whole new level, wouldn't it? So what do we have on deck here? We have... Coming up next is Jericho and Dalton Castle. Then the main event is Page and Moxley. I think this might actually be done on purpose like this. If there's no other match really scheduled for right now, this actually makes sense after what happened with the women's match last week. Danielson and Jericho went long, so the women's match got cut in time. So if Jericho goes long again, which water's wet, it makes sense that you can just go to a promo segment to move over to the main event, or else if it goes the proper time or goes a little shorter, you could throw a garbage match out in between. Have somebody come out and destroy somebody else, or have Shawn Spears come out and, get over again with his 10 chant. My God, guys, if you guys didn't have a chance to see Shawn Spears' Shawn Spears' little chat about why he was gone and valuing your time with those you love and whatnot, you got to do yourself a favor, go check that out, because frankly it is rather touching. Yeah, Renee with Danielson and Yuta, that could be a 30-second promo, that could be a 5-minute promo. We could go either way with that. That's right, Darth. So but the fact that it's a promo, that's the thing. They're throwing it right now.
Something that we could all see was the reaction to what went down with Daniel Garcia last week. How has that been sitting with you now later?
I have a lot of high hopes for Daniel Garcia. I look at him and I see him as somebody who could not be, for example, the next Bryan Danielson, but surpass a lot of things that I've ever done from a technical wrestling standpoint.
And Wheeler's having none of this. I love this.
Many incredible things at such a young age, but I feel like with the right guidance, he can be the best wrestler we've ever seen.
Wheeler, I can't help but sort of notice your reaction to Brian talking about Daniel Garcia right now.
Yeah, the best wrestler you've ever seen. Brian, how were you surprised? How were you surprised with how that happened? Have you not paid any attention? Because me and Toni could have seen it a mile away, right? Brian, he's clearly using you. He has Dragon Slayer in his entrance video. He was just using you to get what he wants, to get what Chris Jericho wants. He's a snake. And you didn't see it. I thought when I bled for this, I thought that meant something. It means something to our world champion. It means something to Mox. It means something to Claudio because he agrees with me. He gets it. He sees it. And I guess I should have met my hero. It doesn't mean anything to me, clearly.
Wow. Okay. So I wonder if Bobby Cruz is... Oh, Bobby Cruz is out of the neck brace. Let's call that a win. Extra boys tonight. Oh, that's right. They do have the six-man championship. You get Brother Love vibes from Bobby Cruz. Well, Bobby Cruz, I think he's been there since the start or pretty damn close. Oh, you gotta love how the boys don't even have to get involved in the stairs this time. I can just imagine if nobody's watched wrestling before, what kind of groove that there people would see here out of Dalton Castle here. Joe Aniki, the wrestling stable? Nice. Okay. It's nice when you get a whole stable together to work on stuff, right? Imagine if Prince were a wrestler. It would be pretty damn close to what Dalton would be, right? Or maybe it... I would have to say maybe the closest we'd get if Prince was a wrestler. I'm thinking more of go back to WCW and the artist formerly known as Prince Iakea. Let's go with that. There's a name that you guys haven't heard in a while. Hager with the hat still. I'm actually surprised that Hager still has that hat. If Garcia's back, shouldn't he take the hat? It's exactly what you were thinking. Nice, Darth. always interested to see the crowd wanting to get into Judas that much. Always been a WCW fan. Yeah, I've been able to watch most of the WCW pay-per-views, mainly thanks to the network. And up in Canada here, it was a lot harder to get WCW than WWF, just for the fact that WCW was like, I think, midnight on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Rick Rude was way more androgynous. I don't know about that. So how many boys are they going to have at ringside? What is Dalton looking for? Hey! The one who shall not be named from NXT comes... Oh, yes. You know what? Well, for the case here, I would say Patrick Clark. I won't say... You know what? I'd say it this way. Velveteen Dream would be a great character for that. Patrick Clark would not be. Because I really... personally, I have to stay very consistent in my thinking on this stuff. And frankly, I like to keep the wrestler and the person separate because, well, I know that the wrestler makes the character, but at the same time, a lot of these characters are very generic. There we go, December 10th. And they're doing an afternoon show? Okay. Well, I'll have to see if I can get the day off so we could do a watch along on that. What is Hager doing? This is funny. This is the funny part. Who needs to go diving after somebody that isn't going to matter in the match? It's like tossing a random NPC into... And Jericho sitting on the side saying, what the hell is going on here? Love that Hager still has the hat. It's almost like one of those, you know, when you're in a fighting game and literally no matter what you do, you cannot take the hat off. Like hell, even Vega after 13 hits, you can get rid of the claw. But yeah, just, it almost seems like bad programming in a computer game when that happens. Whoa!
I call this a suck.
Carl Carafel, how in the hell are you doing here tonight? I gotta get this down right because I want to make sure that this shout out goes out properly here. Turnbuckle Studios, how was the talk tonight going on? I know you guys are having a big chat there as you were going around there. And of course, that's not coming up, so let's just... There we go. Now, brand new to Twitch, you can actually put a little button on top there. Make sure you guys give a follow to Carl at Turnbuckle Studios here. They talk about wrestling. They talk about other stuff. It was lots of discussion about things others don't talk about. That's what a great YouTube chat or a YouTube channel, Twitch channel. It's what a great channel does. The fact you talk about stuff that a lot of people that don't normally talk about. For those that are coming across from the raid, I want to say hello. My name is Mike the Ref. I am a variety streamer, former commentator with Backbreaker Video. I used to do a lot of stuff with wrestling, and now I'm moving into gaming quite a bit here. If you're interested at all, a lot of our for wrestling stuff is on this YouTube channel, and the gaming stuff is on that YouTube channel. So feel free to subscribe to both if you're interested. Lots of good independent wrestling out of Western Canada on the video channel, along with a lot of podcasts and sidecasts. But yeah, Carl, if you get a chance tonight, I don't know if you've had a chance to see AEW tonight. Go back and watch MJF's promo with William Regal. Like, for everybody that's in the chat here, you guys can vouch for me here. That might be the one of the best promos this year, period. We've already had the women's match, by the way, Carl. They had it at the 8:20 spot. This is actually the third match of the night. They had the Trios Championship earlier with Death Triangle prevailing over Best Friends in a hell of a match. And little controversy there with Pac a little upset that he didn't get the pin. Shivani just broke the news of why they're doing an afternoon show for Final Battle. Because it's the Heisman Award show that night. That is a hell of a smart move if you think about it. Well, that was a little slowly developing, but still works. But yeah, we ended up getting like a half an hour of promos from about 6:40 to the start of this match up here, but it didn't feel long. The boys taking on Hager is not going to be very good for the boys there, I think. Oh my God, somebody stole the hat! I wouldn't, oh God. Hager's got Hulk mode. Hager's got Hulk mode. Wow. Wow. But that's a good way to get the, like, give Jericho an extra break in the ring. The Julie Newmar. And in this move, if you're watching the show live here, this move here that Castle's doing, you can actually choke your opponent out because you're using his own arm. It's like, quit hitting yourself. Sort of the same theory. Castle's not tapping out to the walls. Nobody taps out to the walls. I love how every time... Whoa! Aubrey throwing out a little chest bump there. And Aubrey's doing everything she can not to smirk there. I will say this, and I want to get back into this. Like we're talking about equalization and whatnot. It used to be such a big thing to have Aubrey Edwards as the referee. Now the fact that the referees are just all the same. It actually, I appreciate that actually a lot more, that it's not a big deal that Aubrey Edwards is working just a said match. Men's match, women's match, whatever match. She can equally do the job with everybody else. And I think that's the same way with WWE as well right now. They're starting to get to that a little bit better. Gonna go for the pedigree? No way. Oh my God. He hit the bangerang? Typical ROH, you know, you got to hit your finisher 12 times before it'll actually go through, right? So something that Tony Khan brought up, I just saw it on Twitter and it just makes perfect sense. Oh no, wow. Well, the Judas effect is protected, that's for damn sure. This might be the first match where they actually have... He actually had a clean finish. Like, if you go back to each one of his title defenses, there was always something fishy about the ending. This one here was just the straight Judas effect right at the end. I see Sammy and Ty are still in Brazil. Oh God, Riccaboni. Whoa. Jerry Lynn. No way! The pile driver. Oh. Hot damn. Well, Riccaboni's going to have to get his lawyer. Jerry Lynn, well... Yeah, I honestly didn't think they were going to do anything with Riccaboni, but... Oh, and we got... this actually makes a lot of sense here. So they'll get a couple promos in, get the commercial in right now, and then we'll go right into our main event. But I wonder if Daniel Garcia looks so unhappy. Well, he always looks miserable at the best of times, doesn't he? I still like the idea that we were talking about here last week with the fact that Garcia wasn't there to help Jericho. It was just he wants to be the guy to dethrone Jericho. Well, that'll be a telling match right there. Preston Vance versus Roosh. Will that be for the mask this time? Are the Seds and Bruins using goalies, or is it just open net? It wouldn't surprise me either way. Riho and Jamie Hayter next week. Shadow the Cloud. Somebody get Shadow the Cloud on the line. Claudio and Wheeler versus... Okay, yep. We got a Blackpool Combat Club special here. So they're going to give 30 minutes to Moxley and Page. Okay. That's pretty awesome if you ask me. I think that's the end game for Garcia to be Jericho. Yeah, it just makes... Say what you want about Tony Khan. You know, some of his booking is absolute horse hockey. Some of the things he says are completely outlandish. Some of his reactions just make you scratch your head and do you have social skills? But when it comes to a long-term booking of a story, he's done a pretty damn good job. The Adam Page one, he did well, even though the payoff sort of got screwed up by the fact that he became a father. That had to be... He had to change things up a little bit there, and he actually did. So I'm actually... It actually turned out really well there, so... When you look at the Omega and the multiple championships, that actually went really well as well. The Acclaimed storyline, the fact that it took them so long to get those championships to the point where everybody was just demanding that they win them. Like, it was basically Acclaim wins or we riot kind of deal. For a year ago, everybody just thought of them as mid-card talents. The rise of Wardlow to TNT Championship. Thank you, Vic. Appreciate it. It's going to be weird not rating you tonight. With the fact that the show is... This show's on Tuesday, Vic. It's like... It's throwing me off here a little bit tonight. Like I was mentioning off the top of the stream here, usually I'll sit back, grab a couple beers, and watch a little baseball, but... Unfortunately, the damn Yankees won, so... NBA Ring Night, that's right. I was actually watching the Bill Russell intro. Basically the eulogy at the Celtics game tonight, the pre-show for the Celtics game before I came on here because there was a little gap after the Yankees win and that little rock the baby thing that Glaber did to piss off Naylor. Whatever. Went over to the tip-off there, and yeah, they were having a nice tribute ceremony to Bill Russell, who just recently passed away. I really appreciate having him around. And just before we get going to the finals, speaking of basketball and all that, the next two streams, normally I do tomorrow night, Wednesday night for Dynamite, which obviously, oh, wait, here we go. I would love to see Jade Cargill hijack Rampage for an entire 60 minutes. Like guys and girls coming out to the ring, just tossing them out of there. I want my belt first. And honestly, it will be a hell of a... It would be a hell of a seed. You want to establish your women? That's one way to do it too. Bulls are going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Oh, God. I'm torn here because growing up, my teams were the Bulls and the Pacers. It's funny because I'm not actually... it's like Macho hijacking Nitro. Exactly. Well, let me... I honestly think... I wish I could say the Raptors were going to be the ones get out of the East, but yeah, that ain't happening. Let me get this prediction in here. And we got... I'll give you guys 20 minutes to think about this one, so we'll get some predictions up here. Here comes the cowboy shit. Oh, and speaking of Moxley here, we got... This has to come out every stream of these, though.
I hate this fucking song.
As a diehard Bulls fan, I want this to be true. We have to stay healthy. Zoe is a great place, but he won't be back for a while, yeah. You grew up at equidistance between Chicago and Indianapolis? All right, well, getting back to that, Chicago was my first team because obviously I got into basketball right around... Oh, Jesus! Okay, this is cool. Oh, they even brought up the Cyclones, the AHL team. This is cool. No, one of my favorites growing up was Reggie Miller. That 10 points in 8 seconds against the Knicks. Mainly because it was against the Knicks. Sheesh. Yeah. What the hell? What is Paige doing? Okay. I don't feel as bad about this. What? Paige with a moonsault. New champ tonight? All right. Vic, who's going to be the new champ? I guess I should have put that as the poll instead. Who's going to be the new champion tonight? Is it going to be Page or is it going to be MJF? Because after that promo tonight, I don't know, Vic. Did you get a chance to see the MJF promo with William Regal earlier tonight? To me, that to me changed the focus of this entire feud with MJF and Moxley. That's why I think it's probably going to be Moxley that wins tonight, but that promo that Regal did with MJF, I think sort of turns the entire shift of what's going to happen here with MJF going forward. The ability to win they have the ability to win a lot of games, but something about their style of play is going to be hard to maintain through the playoff. Levine and DeRozan have to stay healthy all year to even come close. Don't need to be one seed, need to be healthy, make the play. As a former basketball coach, I've always wanted to be top 3. Just top 3. You have a theory about the MJF thing, you just spit it out. That's what we're here for tonight. We're here for conspiracy theories in AEW. Just so in case you're wondering, I just have it on mute right now, the TV, just because I don't want any commercials dinging me for DMCAs or anything like that, so. And Moxley's bleeding before they actually rang the bell. Which, once again, shouldn't surprise anybody here. You get the 877 cash now. We get, right now we got a car commercial. We just had a Little Caesars commercial. What if he gets outside help, cheats to win the title, looks at Regal, tells him he did something he never did, win the big one, tells him he's a bitter old has-been. I get it. But one thing you will say about when it comes to MJF, and every time he's done every step of the way, why did they show him blading? Like, they actually showed him cutting his face there. And then he put the blade down inside the stairs. Like, cameraman, smarten up. One thing you've been finding throughout the MJF story since the beginning here, even with Punk, is the fact that he's telling a different they've always told a little piece of the story that has always come true by the end of it, whether he's won or lost. With Punk, it was rather unintentional, the fact that he wanted to prove that he was the true company guy. They haven't GoPro'd their shows yet? Well, so just a reminder to you guys, if you're interested at all, Chris Parrish is having a watch-along for NXT this weekend. I believe Halloween Havoc is this weekend, if I do remember. After we're done tonight, we are going to be sending you over to Parrish and Astrid with NXT review here, so whatever you missed here tonight, you'll be able to find out the information from both Parrish and Astrid here. I will admit it's taken to the last moment here. I don't blame anybody here for taking their time for making predictions on this matchup. For the mere fact that we got still, 20 minutes to go yet. We got, as I say that, 10 points flopped on the Moxley there. We got 12 minutes left on the clock for... Oh, Regal's back on commentary. That's cool. So is it just me or is Mox... Oh, is this new gear for Mox too? That's the other thing I'm noticing here. Oh! It's Friday, that's why. So if you're looking to go to Jacksonville for the Tony Khan meet and greet, it's actually this Thursday. So if you're free this week, you could go. Out of nowhere! Shivani, what a line. I can see that coming a mile away. Could you imagine? What the hell? Halfway through the third, 7-5. Now I know what you were talking about. Are there goalies in that game? That's almost like one of our Hut Showdown games online there. Gotta love the good old-fashioned back rake. Nice snap on that superplex there. Uh-oh. Gouge the eyes. So they are running next Wednesday. Okay, that's interesting. Because I'm just trying to do the math here. We got Friday, Saturday... Wednesday, Thursday is game 1 and 2. Off day, game 3. Off day, Friday. 3, 4, 5 is Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Off Tuesday. Go Wednesday. Wednesday's game between the Yankees and the Astros will be an afternoon game. So, could you imagine AEW being hijacked next week because game 6 goes long for the... Oh, now this is where they use the proper use of the camera. You don't need to show MJF every minute of every day. Now you just show him now as he's leaving. Dead eye on the apron. And of course, a perfect time to go picture in picture once again. As Moxley looks absolutely dead out at ringside. It almost looks like Moxley's trying to blade one more time just for the hell of it. How much more blood can you get out of yourself? I will admit, what these guys end up doing for the picture-in-picture segments actually works out really well. I did, like, I'll go to my deathbed on this one saying that Kip Sabian, Orange Cassidy, where the pin actually happened during picture-in-picture, was absolutely brilliant. And I will still say it was brilliant. But I'm glad that they've only done it once. Because then they're going to do it a rare time once again in a nothing match. Could you imagine a match like this ending in the picture-in-picture? And MJF just immediately coming out when they come back from commercial. Oh my God, it was a great victory by Moxley, but now MJF's cashing in right now. Pretty sure everybody would crap themselves. Oh my God. Almost the Regal stretch. It's an STF right now. Could be worse. It could be Giant versus Hogan finish during the commercial break and the New Adventures of Robin Hood. Hey, I love the New Adventures of Robin Hood. And actually, that would be pretty funny if they actually waited until... Are you heading for a smoke break right now? All right, so what I'm going to do for you guys, just so we don't miss the finish here, I'm going to run the ads right now. Just because the ads run every half hour, and it was going to come up right near the ending that... I'd almost be scared to go for a headbutt when you're on the top rope like that with a guy that's got his face entirely covered in blood. Fallaway slam from the top. That was a nice move, but a very poor pop from the commentators there. Because really, there needs to be a sense of urgency when you start throwing points out like that. And speaking of points, we're down to about 5 minutes left, under 5 minutes left in your predictions here for channel points here. And I do have the blurb sounds available now, so you guys can actually replay all your favorite sounds. And they're actually listed as new because I just relisted them, so... Jesus! I am always impressed when a big guy can knock himself out like that. Like an inside out close like that. He didn't get the full rotation, but when you're considered a heavyweight, all right, we'll see if he's actually awake or not yet. Could you imagine the match just ending right now because of that? Oh, shit. Okay. Wow. So this is where MJF comes out. All right. I hope Vic's back. Oh, no way. I would have to say MJF's coming out. He has to. Or if he doesn't, or even if he does come out, maybe he comes out during the, just to announce that he's not cashing in tonight. Because with all the camera cuts and all the weird talking here, this might actually be legit. Because the way that flipped over, like I was saying, I didn't mind that it didn't come down clean, but even if I didn't like it, it's the fact that just got home about 50 minutes ago. Hey, Andre, good to see you here tonight. We're a little confused right now because we got 10 minutes left in the show and the title match is done. Like, our main event's done. So they're just filling time right now. I wouldn't think they rolled him over if he was hurt. They got to get him on the back so they get him in the gurney, right? But either way, it's not me to... We're thinking it might be MJF. Like, I'm no doctor. I'm no expert. I don't even want to pretend to be one, but... Well, at least I stayed at the Holiday Inn once. Nice. I gotta do that. Okay. The MJF's going to come out and interfere. I almost guarantee it. Yeah, something is really weird right now. Yeah, like... The fact that they're focusing so much on the commentary table and now they're going straight to a Moxley headshot. Wow. They know what it's always done. It's always story building. Page is getting hurt is bad. The company keeps getting people getting hurt. Why did it go red? They're piping in crowd. They piped in the crowd noise to get... They were trying to get around the swears. They were trying to ignore the swear words, right? Tony's still not great at these last second pitches and fixes. MJF is not in his gear. He would not go for the championship if he wasn't in his gear. They actually loosened the bottom rope. Why is the bottom rope so loose? So they can get him out of the frickin' ring and get on a stretcher properly. That's got to be the reason why that's loose. Is he candy in the chip? No, he's not. He hasn't handed in the chip, and he's leaving. So he's handing him the chip saying full gear. There it is. Yeah, Andre, you called it. Full gear main event. Oh, Regal playing his games. Andre, do yourself a favor. The promo earlier tonight between Regal and MJF, you gotta watch it. It's probably one of the best promos you'll hear all year. All right, you take care, Andre. I hope hope everything's going well. Wow. I think he just proved it with the fact that Page was walking out. Or Page is getting hauled out, basically. All right. Decent ending to Dynamite now. They basically turned crap into something rather decent. So I'll give them a pass on that. As we're about to fade to black here. Wow. A Tuesday night Dynamite that did not for the most part, I would say that didn't disappoint. We're looking at 4 very good matches that we had tonight. The Trios Championship went really well. A lot of great spots on both sides. Ended up progressing a little bit of dissension inside the ranks of Death Triangle, just for the fact that Pac was a little upset that he didn't get the pin in the matchup because he wanted to make a statement on Orange after losing the North Atlantic Championship to him last week. And then you had the women's match, which threw everybody for a lark, the fact that it happened in the first hour. And then you had the fight after with Riho coming out, so Shadow Cloud will be very happy next week for the fact that Riho's got a match against Jamie Hayter. And it seems like the entire crowd was over like Rover about it. Then that promo. My God, that promo. Like, that promo's going to be talked about for a long while. And the big thing, like I was saying, when it comes to everything with MJF right now, he's setting it up that everything he's doing is cold and calculated, and it is they're basically fleshing out his story one feud at a time, like his entire backstory. If you could piece it all together in a nice little piece of a pie, putting it all together one feud at a time, you wonder where it's going to go from here. It's almost to the fact that they're trying to maybe turn MJF a little bit. Like, he's so despicable that everybody loves him at this point. And even when the match was announced, he was still firing up the crowd the way they were. Yeah, in the ROH title match, Jericho actually won a match clean. But then it's a pile driving Jerry Lynn after almost taking out Ian Rippikotti with a belt shot. You got a little dissension in the Blackpool Combat Club before that with Wheeler Yuta saying that Claudio was a little upset about seeing what was going to happen with Jericho and Garcia. And then from there, you got then you got the main event, which I don't know whether it was worked, whether it was a shoot, whether what it was. Because let's face it, with AEW, 90% of the time you could consider that to be a like an actual shoot, that actually what happened. But it is AEW. They're willing to turn the realism up just a little bit and pull the heartstrings of everybody here in that match, right? Yeah, my gut instinct is to say that it was a shoot. The fact that they're not going to be loosening the ring ropes or anything like that for it, but like I said, there's a tiny bit here where it is AEW. And I don't think they would go that classless to say that it wasn't legit. But I know they're going to get a lot of heat if Tony Khan gets enough heat on his own for other stuff. So I don't know whether he would actually want to take the heat on something like that. So, but then from there, we get our main event set up with Moxley and MJF for the AEW Championship at Full Gear. Provided Moxley makes it all the way there, because, for all the blood that he's losing. They just had the Punk injury angle a couple months ago. Not sure they want to go to the well like that again. Like I said, I'm going to go 99. There's the counterpoint, Jagger. You got this. This is where I'm like, it's like 90-10 right now, the fact that this is actually a legit injury. Jagger brings up the great point, and maybe it's a planned break for Hangman. But, and then bring the Elite back all at the same time. I don't know about the second part, but the first part might possibly be the fact that he wants to be a father to his kids. And Moxley's going to be one guy that's going to support that 16,000%. Because he's a new father. He just got out of rehab for all that. He moved across the country because he wanted to be a better father. So, just with everything that went on with that promo, I do appreciate everything that happened put together there. All the pieces put together. This turned out to be an absolutely amazing show, I think. All right, Darth Mick, you have yourself a good night here. We're just going to chat a little bit about wrestling here until Parrish and Astrid come up here they should be up in about 4 minutes here, and then I will send you guys off on a raid here. And just a reminder to everybody, if you didn't hear off the top of the show or the middle of the show, I'm actually going to be streaming afternoons tomorrow and Thursday. Too much sports going on. I'll just be straight up. Too much sports going on. I want to watch. So, our usual Wednesday slot for Dynamite obviously got moved here. So, we'll move to a Wednesday afternoon slot. Probably looking at we'll probably do Bloodstained in the afternoon, then maybe in the evening I'll come back on after the Raptors game and we will maybe work on the Jordan Challenge. We'll watch a little NBA, and after watching a little NBA, I'm probably going to get a little fired up and want to play a little Jordan. So I think we only got about 4 more challenges to go. And then Thursday, might throw up the old FIFA machine here and see how that goes here. So. But yeah, so we are going to... Oh, wow. I hope this COVID cough goes away sooner than later. But we definitely are going to be having a full gear stream here where we're going to be doing a watch along as well. So you guys can hang out with me and we can watch the show. We might end up having a few guests here. We'll see how that works and see who wants to be a part of that. And yeah, we will. I don't know about Ring of Honor. I got to double check my schedule now that they just announced it. I don't know if that day is clear on my calendar because it's a 4:00 start and I work till 4. So. As long as my boss doesn't know that I'm on stream right when I'm done work, maybe I can get away with it. But we'll have to see about that. I don't feel like incriminating myself too much these days. I am interested to see where they're going to go with the women's division here. The fact that they're bringing Rio back in to take on Jamie Hayter, I'm actually really impressed with that. So. We are, I've always said that we need to get some more people into the mix when it comes to Dynamite matches. And those women that are involved have to get to the point of providing a level of consistency that will work for... Sorry, I'm getting notifications all over the place here. It's my normal Tuesday night, everything's buzzing kind of thing. We need to find some kind of way of the consistency of getting more women involved in the card, and them having good quality matches, because that's the biggest problem right now is the fact that you can put the women in there, but some of the women that they've had on TV just haven't had the matches that need to keep women on TV. For lack of a better term here, so. But other than that, we can discuss a lot of that next week here. We are back to regular Wednesday for the AEW Sidecast, so thank God I'll be able to do some research and whatnot, so.